My name is Camilla Zey, and I'm going to be talking about the consequences in international relations of realist concept of human nature. The principal school of thought in international relations is political realism, which believes that the concept of human nature explains how and why political actors act in a certain way. Hans Morgenthau, who is an important classical realist, in his book Politics Among Nations, writes, "Political realism believes that politics, like society in general, is governed by objective laws that have their roots in human nature." Thomas Hobbes, in The Leviathan, describes his point of view on human nature and depicts how men naturally behave towards one another. So he writes, "If any two men desire the same thing, which nevertheless they cannot both enjoy, they become enemies, and in their way to their end, endeavor to destroy or subdue one another." Hobbes' vision of human nature highly influenced classical realists, and so the study of international relations. Indeed, they believe that the seek of power and the use of violence as the only way to preserve the survival is what naturally moves the human being. This pessimistic hypothesis is consecutively reflected in the actions of the states and political leaders that declare war on each other, fight for territories and raw material, and try to gain more power, pursuing their national interest, even if at the expenses of weaker nations. However, it is very important not to misunderstand the realists' consideration of human nature for men behaving badly, driven by their animal instinct. In fact, realists believe that every situation or challenge that a political actor might encounter must be dealt with rationally. And because a political actor is rational, they cannot be led by morality or religion or any other thing concerning the domestic sphere. An example is the history of the Peloponnesian War written by Thucydides, where he writes about the conflict between Sparta and Athens. Athens' behavior perfectly reflects realists' idea of human nature. It is egoist and does not take morality into account. The only thing that counts in war it is power and self-interest, which permitted Athens to conquer weaker populations only because it had the power to do so. Some criticized realism for being nothing more than an ideology. However, realists argue that there is no any other way to analyze and make politics, and it does not have to be, because their approach is the only one that captures reality as it is.